Big show, big show. It's really real right now.
Mr. DL.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Who's off?
We are here, episode 40 of the Danger Zone podcast. 40 weeks, 40 episodes. Today we got Statik Selektah calling in. We got our NFL picks of the week with Real Love. Stupid as hell, as usual. We're going to try to avoid talking about Kanye West this week because I feel like it's just getting played out. This guy won't just go away.
He just did.
So we're just going to keep it about, some current shit. Try to avoid that. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow our clip channel. Follow Big
Most
Shug,
definitely.
Chef Tanya on Instagram.
You know what the heaviness is, man. Y'all know you go wherever you go. When you watch podcasts or just listen, man, with Smash on it.
Throw some smash on it.
Also, 50 Cent
50.
takes his time to give Nas his flowers. You know, he says that Nas is really the one. The part of it is that what connects him to the experience, this is what makes me feel like I don't have to go to him for everything I do, he says. Yeah, and I love him. I love Nas. He's really the one. He is the guy, the lyrical. We was figuring out how to do it. You know, so he's just basically saying that Nas was the greatest, and he feels that he is. So he was just giving that little shout out, which I thought was dope too, because we recognize that. I mean, a lot of those MCs have raised generations, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Nas always been that, man. So I was just mentioning that, man. What else you got popping?
No, we just saw Cypress Hill last night. It was pretty dope. It was in the House of Blues in Boston. It was sold out. Mm-hmm. It was pretty tight though. It was just cool. It's cool to see a show on a Monday. But what I really want to talk about with what happened in like around the world hip hop news is Ice-T. Ice-T, he's
on the Honey Nut Cheerio box.
No, the same guy though. This Ice-T right here celebrates being the longest male actor in TV history.
Oh yeah, wow. I heard that one.
Yeah, because he's been on SVUs. He started that show with
like on one
cameo.
Show?
Was it
like on 22? One show or like?
Was it 22 years or something?
Let's see. Ice-T for the major television show Law and Order SVU is now celebrating a huge accomplishment. On Tuesday, October 25th, the legendary West Coast rapper shared a post on his Twitter saying that he was the longest running actor in TV history. Don't tell me what can't be done. As I remember, he started that show as a one episode. He was supposed to be on.
How many years did it say?
456 episodes. Ice-T has appeared in 456 episodes, tailing only lead actress Mariska Hargitay, who has been in 538 episodes as that character. So, that's fucking amazing, man. Getting a check since 2001.
Hey,
Odafin Tutuola, that's his name.
What's the description? The translation is that he's had a pretty good job for a pretty long time.
Fuck yeah.
So
longevity.
He's cool and it's still grinding. Also, I heard that Cardi B and Madonna squashed their little beef. They had a little.
I thought you were gonna say they squashed something else.
Nah, not them, man. I mean,
Scissor me timbers.
First of all,
Mr. DL.
It's kind of wild to me, man, because it's like it's an older generation, a younger, and I don't know why they beef, but so lately it's been said that they've been mending fences. On the phone with Madonna and Cardi, listen to both women share their perspective on the communication going on, and has broadened their love for each other. Yeah, I guess they were just talking about the little discrepancy they have. We don't really have to go on too deep on it. It's just them talking like old. Someone from back in the day like Madonna and then Cardi B. I mean, that shit, I don't know, that shit is like what you call on the cob.
On the cob? I'm Team Cardi on that one.
Yeah, well at this point probably there's no need to be saying that. There's no
She's smart up top, you know what I'm saying? Go in the middle.
Hey, man. Also,
yeah, I know about being smart.
I want to give a shout out also, man, to Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to say something?
Oh, no. I thought you were going to give me a shout-out.
Oh, no. Well, I'll give you a shout-out, yeah.
Here comes the corn again.
Yeah, here comes the corn again. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the corn again. My Mr. DL. But listen, give a shout-out to Disco King Mario. July 1st, 1956 to 1994. was a pioneer of hip-hop. In the 70s, Mario was a prominent DJ of the New York Bronx. At the time, he lived in the Bronxdale housing projects where his parties made him well-known locally. The Bronx was famous for its block parties, which the DJs were the most prominent personalities. This is way before the MC. And the master of ceremonies who garnered most of the attention. Together with his crew known as the Chuck Chuck City, he played largely up-tempo disco music. Mario was known for the quality of his sound and system. Africa Bambaataa started out as an assistant to Mario. This is way the fuck back then. And they had DJ battles, and the entire East Bronx were originally members of a street gang called the Black Spades. And DJs had to either get permission from Bambaataa, Zulu Nation, or from Mario before they could safely DJ publicly. Just giving him a shout out, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's just history in hip hop, man, on some old school. You know, he inspired Busy B and all those guys too, you know, so somebody, everybody, you know, anybody who knows about that.
Do you know, did they do the BET Awards? Did those air yet?
I believe so.
Do you know who won Lyricist of the Year?
No, I didn't watch, you know. Some stuff, if I don't attend, I don't watch.
What about this movie, Black Adam? Did you go see that?
No, I didn't, but you told me that earlier, so
yeah, I think
did you like it?
I liked it. I thought it was, I don't know what comic books came first. I'm not a comic book guy like that, but I do like to watch the movies. I don't know what came first, but I'll tell you, that movie was totally, oh, you guys got a Hulk character? Oh, we got one too. Oh, you guys got an Ant-Man character? Oh, we got one of those. Oh, you guys got a Superman? Yeah, we got one of those.
I will say The Rock looked really good in his ensemble.
Yeah, man, like me on my ensemble. This is called On the Yard at Concord. You just throw this on.
On the yard at Concord, I like that.
You just walk around. You just walk around the track, you know? This is the shit we with. They take pictures, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna fuck.
You know what? That's like a woman's little black dress. You can just wear that with anything. You throw a little jacket on there, dress it up, dress it down, on the yard, at the bodega.
I don't know, man. Y'all ain't gonna be wearing black dresses on the yard.
I didn't say you were wearing
that shit ain't gonna go.
I said
no, not us.
It's like
I'm
a
saying
woman's
y'all.
little black.
Even the women in the women's prison wouldn't be wearing them black dresses.
Listen, you go on Instagram, women working out in dresses. They doing it all.
I hear you, man. You know what I'm saying? In Iran, I heard they're fully garbed swimming, so I know anything can be happening. Anything's possible.
That's what we living in.
What else we got here?
I don't know. What's really going on in hip hop this week? What's for your phone?
Huh?
I don't want to talk about this other bullshit, so I'm just trying to, like, you know, he's completely saturated the airwaves with this nonsense. Ah, fuck it. Yo.
Oh boy. Here we go.
This guy, Kanye West, we gotta talk about it. We've already talked about his remarks, so we don't even need to talk about that, but losing major endorsements. So what do you think? Adidas is just gonna sell those shoes for $50 now?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. They want to keep the Yeezy name and all this other stuff, and what have you. It's a big thing going on. Number one, and this is why I don't ascertain to that bullshit, right? Because first I look at it and say, damn, man, this fucking dude's a billionaire, like multi-billion, and not like 1 billion, a few. And this is a few years ago. So what we are is basically the playground. Like, people who want to listen and partake of that, this is a playground of this one person. Occupying space in your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, if you're interested like that, I look at you like, yo, like I said, this dude's a billionaire. He has a family to take care of. We all know of his issues that we know about. Personally, we'll never know. So if people want to listen to him and that helps them, man, whatever, so be it, man. Kanye, do your thing, man, whatever. You know, shit ain't do nothing to hurt me. Sticks and stones will break my bones.
Sticks?
Yeah, but
sometimes.
At the end of the day, like, you're saying that you don't want to be associated with him, but yeah, you're going to keep the name and keep going. Then at the end of the day, it's not about what he said, it's about money.
Yeah.
And you try to take his money. And that I don't support. Yeah. I'm not supporting what he says or
it's
whatever.
Always gonna be that.
But, you know, as people, we're not perfect. The world is not black and white. Like you said, I don't know him personally. He could be a whole nother person. This could be a social media thing. This could be publicity. We don't know.
The world is money, though.
At the end of the day, if you're saying that I don't support
money,
this man
power,
and what he represents, then why do you want something
money,
that
power,
has his
respect.
name on it? Like,
that's where I go. Money, power, respect. Eat alive. Let me tell you something, right? Because money's also powerful.
Of course.
So therefore, I mean, does anything mean anything anymore? I don't know. Like it's up to the individual to determine that, and the passion that one might have, you know, for whatever he's doing. But money is the power, man. You know, money can make you do crazy things, evil things, good things.
Yeah, Jam Master Jay's death anniversary is coming up. The only reason I know that is because it's on my birthday. But it says here, Jam Master Jay's alleged killer was once arrested for shooting Jam Master Jay's nephew. So something's going on there.
Jam Master
Like there's some sort of story, and that's too much of a coincidence.
Yeah,
You know, you
like,
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was at a party, man. That I think I might have mentioned it. Where I was in New York chilling. Jam Master Jay was giving a party to somebody, and somebody lit up the sidewalk with a machine gun, like in Rambo. And she was like, I was like, yo, this shit is real? Motherfucker jumped out the car and was like, blah, 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 blah. That shit was crazy, man. He dove in the windows of the car, driving off like TV, and this was real. I'm like, these motherfuckers in New York is living some crazy shit out here, man.
Who you got? Who you got for the World Series?
Houston.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Phillies.
I'm rooting for the Phillies.
But I want the Phillies to win, but I think Houston's gonna win.
Houston's on a roll too.
Yeah.
And then the fuck that
Undefeated in the playoffs.
They just smacked out New York, made New York look like kids.
They struck out like a million times.
They took too. They used too much energy on that Aaron Judge home run.
Well, that's all they
record.
really had. Like Aaron Judge carried that whole team to the
Some dude had
playoffs.
but no, it was a little. I forgot his name. There's a little dude on that team too.
Altuve on the Astros.
No, on the Yankees. He got a weird unknown name, but he had about 5 home runs in the city.
Oh, was it
I know what you're
Barber?
talking about. No, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember right now.
He had 5. Yeah.
He had 5 home runs in the series, and I think they had
In the
11
series,
at the
a little
time.
ass dude.
Yeah.
I forget. I didn't peep his. Cause man, I don't follow him like that, but you know, I know. We'll see, man.
I
think
just don't like the Astros. I got bad taste because of that cheating bullshit.
Yeah, but they all them motherfuckers cheap, bang on the can. Like everybody, yo, hold up.
Astros.
The motherfuckers were going to a motherfucking baseball game, and they were banging on these cans. And then because the players played so many goddamn games, they kept going back there and realized like, yo, every time we come here, you hear the cans banging.
Yeah, they banged on the cans for off-speed pitches. So if they knew like an off-speed pitch was coming, they would bang to let the batter know.
And here's another thing: if anybody thinks that since the beginning of time that baseball didn't have them type of shits, right? Like
I'm
cheating,
sure every sport,
whatever.
every sport
But
has
really
had-
baseball too, because motherfuckers just, look, these dudes just have that shit on their hat and cork bats and shit, all kinds of stupid shit.
The thing is you made fun of me a while back when I said it on like the second podcast. I was like, it's harder to be a criminal or like get away with anything now because everything is filmed in like 4K. Everything. You can't cheat in baseball. You can't have something on your arm anymore.
Except for the Will Smith slap.
Oh, the slap. That's not on film.
Yo, but they be catching you in that baseball. You would see the shit like this, like slow motion.
Yeah, like they got the pine tar
black
on
as
the
hell.
neck.
That shit was crazy. When I learned all that, I was like, so they've been doing this for years. And it changes the trajectory of the baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been doing something because Willie Mays.
If there's a way to get away with something, someone's gonna try it. That's just how it works.
We know what they say, not me. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
If you ain't cheating, eating ain't cheating.
You know what I mean?
Eating ain't cheating.
And looking ain't sticking.
What was I gonna say? Like in the Willie Mays era, they said they were all like on speed. You know, got something, get a little uppers. You know.
In Bill Cosby's time, they said it was Quaaludes.
Yeah,
so
he sure had some in his pocket.
it's really a fact, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It was always
Everybody
a
got
way.
something.
Look how they tried to get on Belichick a few years ago with filming something from the sideline. It's still like, what do you think that happened? That was the first time that happened?
Yeah.
Or the balls were deflated? The fuck is? Come on, man. So, listen, Houston, I think they're gonna win. We'll see what happens.
What's the old saying? It's not a crime if you don't get caught.
You know. Shout out to my Celtics. You know what it is? Shout out to Dana Barrows too, man. Starting
Dana
out,
Barrows.
yeah, he's starting a little basketball thing, man. We're gonna slide on there, man. Talk to him.
Hell yeah.
You know, so get at us, D. You
It was a
know
good
what I mean?
interview. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man.
You gotta check that out if you haven't seen that interview.
For sure. I was thinking probably on the Christmas that month of December. That's what we probably do. just run repeats that whole month.
Oh,
so we
okay.
come out in January all fresh, you know.
Yeah.
We just letting y'all in.
Clean.
I was just thinking.
You guys were just in a board meeting.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You were here with us. You saw it happen.
So if you bored in
You're
this,
part of the process.
if you bored in the meeting, man, then beat it. You know what I'm saying? Because we doing our thing.
All right.
As stupid as he's.
Yeah. So while Big Shug gets stupid as he's ready, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on our social medias. They're scrolling around down there on the bottom.
Where?
You got me rolling, man, because, that's how we always talk on tour, me and J. Rue. And he'd be like, yo, your man is stupid as he's. Right? And you just said that shit took me back, because I was like, that's how we be. Yo, he's geese as she's. Yo, and Tuesday,
It's funny that you know what it means.
Oh, no, Queen.
You know?
That's how that Paris. That shit, we would do that shit for mad long. Yo, he's a homies. Paris? That shit's be stupid as hell. You just took me back. When you said that, you was like, yo.
Now you know where we got the segment.
He's gay as he's. Yeah, we can't have that segment. We'll be cancellation. Yo, what's good? What's good? This is Big Shug, Chef Tanya Cole, Mr. DL, here at episode 40, the Danger Zone podcast. And this week, man, we got my man, 1,000 grand coming through, Statik Selektah. What's good, brother?
What up, Shug? How you feeling?
Good, man. You good. We glad that you stopped by with us for a moment. Get a few people caught up and get us caught up as well. Can you just give us a quick, kind of a synopsis of, how Statik, where you came from and how Statik Selektah, for those who don't know, came on the scene and up to this point,
Yeah, man. I grew up in New England. As a small kid, I grew up in Methuen and Lawrence, which is not too far from where DL's from, down the block. And then when I was 10 years old, my parents got divorced, so I moved to New Hampshire. And when I moved up there, I got I realized what was missing. I was so spoiled where I was earlier, hearing, LL Cool J and Tribe Called Quest and things like that. When I moved up there, I kind of saw it wasn't as popular up there. So I really ended up getting real close with some of the kids I met up there. This is around 1992. So I met my man Bug Out, my man Doug. We started listening to, Wu-Tang and KRS-One and all that. And I took it serious really quick, man. It was something that I got my first turntable at an early age and just started really going full speed with it. I was on the radio by the time I was 14 years old, getting records in the mail, all that. Fast forward to graduating high school, I moved to Boston proper. I lived in Roxbury, JP, Fenway, all over the place. But, that's when I linked up with cats like you and Ed O.G. doing shows in the Middle East, Bill's Bar. That whole scene, man, was my everything. Biscuit Head Records, Metro Concepts. Shout out to Brick Records. And then later on, I ended up moving to New York City around 03, 04, and I've been here since. But, always going back to Boston and of course, y'all know Terminology, Rex. That's all show-off records. So many projects we put out through the years,
So when you initially started, you was DJing straight up?
Yeah, I was DJing, messing around beats a little bit, but by the time I'd say 03, I got my first placement on KRS-One's album, and then it was kind of like an outro, and after that, started taking it more serious as I started to do more mixtapes. And then when the mixtape game ended in 07, it was nah, I got to take this real serious because, the mixtape world was my everything. And it just crumbled down that day in January in 07. So I decided I was going to do my first album and all that. You're on there with the classic Punch Out joint.
Punch Out, man. Motherfuckers still say that now. But it's crazy too because that record, I'll be performing, and they'll be like, hey, do Punch Out. I'm like, Punch Out, damn. You know what I mean? But because of where it came from, because when you first even let me hear that, and I didn't, I wasn't really privy of the game at the moment, and people were, telling me, but they would say, oh, that was dope, how he looped that, whatever. But after that shit was done, though, man, motherfuckers everywhere. It's like, yo, that Punch Out shit, they should have used that for the game and shit like that. That shit was dope, man. I appreciate that still, man. Classic material, So I know also that, you produce and such, and then it became the connection, like with Rex, like you said, and terminology, or it might have been termed first or something like that?
Yeah, actually, I met them both around the same time, like 98. But Rex was like already kind of doing his thing. He signed to Brick Records. I produced on his first album though, that came out in 2001 on Brick.
Right.
And then I was Rex's DJ, so we toured with De La Soul and all over the East Coast. And fast forward, Rex kind of fell back, like I'd say around 03, right around the time I moved to New York. Rex kind of fell back and moved to Florida, and did his he had a baby, got married, and all that. So when I started really doing the thing with production around 07, 08, I went back to him and was like, I went to Florida. I mean, he was family the whole time, but one trip I made to Florida, I was like, yo, I'm about to really do this. Like, you coming or not? And Rex was like, we talked to my wife, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make like this. I'm gonna go all in this time. And we put out Gray Hairs on Show Off, and it was just like, it all went up from there, man. From working with, I produced most of that album. But then the second album, REKS, that we did on Show Off was like Premier. We had Large Professor, Knots, Pete Rock. Like, we went all out on that second album, and Rex has been doing his thing since. So that was dope. I was always frustrated how dope Rex was, and he never really got the right spotlight on him. So I was happy I could do that for him. And then with Term, it's like, at the same time, his first project was on my label as well, but that was kind of already done. So by the time his second album came, he had the same thing, Premier, Large Pro, the usual suspects, man, all the legends. But when he was working on that album, I kind of wasn't there yet with the beats. The Rex album, I could come in and really mold. So it was a dope. What a time, man! I feel like it birthed a lot of movements, and just it was a great time, man. 06, 07, 08 up there. And then everything just went up from there, man. Working with Eminem, Nas, to the new generation, Mac Miller, Joey Badass, Action Bronson. There's so many. To me, I feel like I have different eras in my career.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like when I feel like I'm doing features always, of course, and people will be like, shit, many years younger. You know what I mean? And like whatever, but it's just, and the music is different. I remember I did this joint, I guess, kind of trap. But then the dude, when I sent it back to him, then he sent it back, all, how they be, all the stuttering and shit, right? And I was like, oh shit. It was kind of ill though, I'm not gonna front, so I was like, yo. Oh, he said, yeah, I'm gonna mix that shit. But then, he did it, that trap style like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope to be connected like that, You were also one of the people, that called earlier, who they called me to ask me to sing on a hook, with the Black Cream thing with Then you would explain to me, how it was going down, whatever, and that was dope to me because although it had a beginning of me getting those type of requests, but that was an early one though too. When you was like, yo, do this, it wasn't like we was trying to rap. It's like. And the song is dope. Like, even here's the music, the hook, everything is dope. So I appreciate that, respect that too.
Okay. You always have the dope singing, man. From back, even on the Ill Kid joint, way back. Like, because Crush was from the day I decided to be a DJ, I heard Crush that day. Right. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But then after that, I heard the other. You had one on the Ill Kid joint where you were singing.
Yeah, man, shit is so. Me and Guru, me and Guru, we used to be vibing and shit and be like, yo, let's go do that right now. You know what I mean? So, and he knew, like, us starting out as a singing in a rap group, he knew that I was like that base of that, so that's why he'd be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But it was dope too when you hit me with that track for Militant Soldiers too. That shit was banging too. That just sound like motherfuckers stomping, like me, Black Poet, and I think it was T West. Yeah, I think it was T West or something, and Singapore. So yeah, man, he's another cat I look at too as being dope, and because of how the way the shit is different, probably don't hear him as much, but such is life on that. sound like you want to say something, man.
No, I was just laughing at what you were saying.
I don't want to be, saying on top of shit. But now on the real, so I noticed you did a lot of stuff too. When you kind of morphed into like dealing with Joey Badass. How'd that come about? And I know at one point it seemed like it was taking probably a lot of your time because you were committed to doing the project. You know what I'm saying? So, and how did that come about?
I've been working with Joey since day one. His first mixtape was 1999. He was like 16, and I did a joint on there. I did cuts. I mixed it. But he recorded some of it in my crib, like as far as other joints that I didn't even do. And then from there on, I went on tour with him. I was on tour with him for 7 years. So I watched him go from this little kid to win an award. He got an Oscar now, man. He about to be Grammy nominated. Like, I watched him really just go through the whole thing, and now he's a great father. He's 27 now, and I feel like I've known him forever. So it's like, I'm proud of that kid, man. The album that just came out is, hey, nope, my daughter's bugging out.
Good day, gang.
Yo, it's in the other room. She's bugging out. She just ran out. Oh, man. Yo, get dressed.
Real life. That's real life.
That part of it, that part of it's dope too. That part's dope too, because I look at you, to keep your train of thought, but I look at you, and youthfully coming into the game, and then I seen, meeting your moms, and then before you had a kid, then you had a baby, and so I'm watching you evolve too, musically and as a man. Like that's just how shit was. And I was like, you now saying, no, but you like, damn, I'm that. That's like them different eras. I'm that different dude now. I'm dad. I'm still doing music. I still got my passion, and we appreciate that, man. And it's, I don't know. It seemed like for a moment that we were around a lot. Like I'm talking about you and Dan Green and that term thing, whatever. So it seemed like a little time, a point of time. I always saw you. Yeah, I always saw you, and so in turn, it was like with that clockwork music and shit. You know what I mean? It was cool though, man. Still, like I just ran through a memory on that, but that shit, that shit just took me. I was like, wow, we should be like on some shit,
I got some classic photos I gotta send you, Shug. I got some ill ones.
I'm sure, man. I was wild like a motherfucker anyway. I mean, it's what it is. So you still dealing with Joey or what's going on?
Yeah, of course. His album just came out. I did 7 out of 14 songs.
Okay.
Got a whole bunch of new stuff coming. Like he's killing it with the acting, man. Like I said, he just won an Oscar. He's in a lot of big movies coming up. You've been killing it with the acting too, man. You never cease to surprise me with seeing you in different random movies. It's dope.
Yeah, that shit, yo, you be surprised, right? That even where I hear that from, like even Talib Kweli got that podcast. He's like, yeah, Shook was the movie. I'm like, oh, because you be somewhere chilling and be like, oh, you might just, how some of the movies are. They might be airplane movies, and you've seen them on the airplane, and you stick it in, you be like, oh shit. And you know what? Them roles be small, like with me, but people don't never be forgetting.
Nah, that Heat movie was huge, man.
I've just been on some airplanes and seen you and be like, oh, I didn't even know he was in this.
That's what I plug it in. On them airplanes, I be plugging the movies in, man. I saw one movie, The Revenant, with Leonardo DiCaprio. There was no words in that movie.
Yeah,
that movie was dope.
Yeah, it's
right. Now here's the crazy part. I didn't even realize that there wasn't no words in this movie till like after I seen it. That was a big thing, I was like, but on the
is that the one where he fights a bear? Or something?
Yeah, he fighting a bear, and then he kills him. Yeah, but the thing is, like I would have never watched that shit without no airplane shit. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't have went to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I watched it.
That wasn't the type of movie you would have went to see.
Nah, I wouldn't have went to got some popcorn to see The Revenant. But this shit was dope. I wouldn't have seen that. The other shit when Kevin Hart was little trying to show that white dude so he can fight because he's going to jail.
Get Hard.
Yeah, that's come on.
You're in that one?
No, I would never saw that shit. That's one of them. I just read through that.
Don't start rumors now.
I saw that shit. I'm like, oh man. But I watched it.
No, that's funny because I was just thinking about it. I'm like, why don't I watch as many movies anymore? It's because since COVID, like I'm traveling again. But yo, I used to be on airplanes every day. I gotta play tomorrow, so I'm gonna watch a couple tomorrow. But that was like normal. I'd see every movie out because I was watching them on the planes.
Over and over, man. This shit is crazy.
I ain't got time for that now. You know? Unless I'm on a plane.
Have you as we stand here now, obviously we know you're a father, and you know a family person and such. Does that any of that ever take away? I know the answer probably, but does it take away any time or any passion, or you know what I mean, or you just feel the same, like, you know?
I think it just makes you more focused. Like, I don't have time to waste not that I ever did, but there was nights, I used to be in the studio till 10 o'clock in the morning, just bugging out, drinking, trying things out and all that, having mad rappers around. Those days are over. Like, if I'm in the studio now, I'm working on something specific. I got to catch up on work. Like, I'm just not, everything got to make sense now, because otherwise I'd rather be at home. I'd rather be like watching my daughter sleep than be in the studio wasting time. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just gotta channel. It's the balancing act, man. That's the name of my last album, The Balancing Act.
100%. Because obviously I've experienced that, with my career and, my children and family and shit. Just being like, when we used to go to D&D back in the day, you're like, yo, I'm like, how much are these sessions, And at the time, they was getting a deal for like $75 an hour. But yo, we'd be there for like 10 hours not doing nothing but smoking and drinking and eating. Like, ordering shit. And I'm like...
Even like, look at Preem, man. Preem's changed so much having his
course.
Son. He's not doing the same thing no more. He's on that, like, he's focused when he's in the lab. He knows when he got to get done so he can go back. Like, it's just every week's just a countdown, or not every week, because we're with our kids a lot, but it's like every moment away from the kids is a countdown to get back to the kids. So what are you gonna do to make shit happen while you're away?
Yeah, I live that. That's why I see him. I fuck with him being a bit older. Him being older with his son running around all wild and shit, doing all kind of sports. Shout out to my man Preem, because he got to keep up his shit. Like, when I had my kids that little, I was, boom, I still rah-rah, but Preem like, yo, I got to be at this tournament, I got to do that shit. My man be getting around, dude. But you know what? It's a beautiful thing. It's evolution. It's growth. You gotta. I know you got a couple of joints to ask.
Oh, I just wanted to know, like, you've done such big things, and you've came from really such a small place. When you were starting out, did you get the support from the local support, or no? Because I wasn't around then.
I mean, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say nobody local supported. I definitely got like I threw my first show when I was 15 years old, and 7L and Esoteric came and rocked, and Mr. Liff, and a bunch of cats from around the way. Like that, they were definitely. Everybody was just trying to get it cracking still. But when I moved, I feel like when I moved to like downtown Boston, like when I really moved to Boston, and I thought I had that the props and all that I already had, it was like, nope, you got to start over. Like, you ain't nobody over here. So I had to learn through doing the club scene there, where like, shout out to Bruno and all the Biscuit Head cats, who I was promoting them every night, giving out flyers. And then eventually after, 6-7 months of doing that every day, he let me rock a set. And then I started rocking all the clubs there. Same thing with like Hot 97. I was interning there in Boston. And then after like just trying, took a year or two, I finally got on there, and I was filling it for Chubby Chub like every day while he was on tour. So I was on like 6 days a week after that. And then after all that, I had the marketing company going. I had to do so many different things. I was doing G Unit's marketing and Def Jam and Atlantic, all this at the same time. The mixtapes, I had the record store Crates on Tremont Street. I had to do all that to even get like in the position to move to New York and be able to move around out here and have the relationships. And then when I moved here, same thing. Like, they're like, oh, you put out mixtapes, that's cool, but we don't know you in the clubs out here. So I had to do the same thing again. Like, I felt like I was starting over every time. And that, it was good for me because, if nothing's handed out. So I had to earn that. When I'm looking back at it, I would never want to do it again, but I'm proud that I did it,
Of course. Oh, let me ask you one thing. You said you was doing marketing for G Unit. Was you marketing those spaghetti strap tank tops?
I was not. We did 50's first album. We did the movie. We didn't do G Unit clothing. We did the Reebok sneakers though, and that's to this day that's the biggest selling sneaker like I want to say definitely by a rapper ever, like because they don't make that many of the Travis Scotts and all that. But it outsold the S. Carter. It outsold like the Run DMCs, all that. Like the G Unit sneaker when it dropped was the highest selling rapper sneaker of all time. Nobody got them no more, but hey, they're still active.
That's a tidbit for me because I didn't know that, man. You know what I'm saying? I just, peep that right now. So we learned it here, man, from Statik Selektah. Listen, I got another question that I basically have known, but DJ Premier, so I understand from previously whatever that was he was he a big influence in your musical direction or?
He was my number one influence from DJing to producing, all that. Like, he was who he was the blueprint to what I wanted to do with my life. Once I heard him live on the radio in '95, and he was playing like unreleased joints that he produced. That's when I heard Crush. It wasn't even out yet, and he was playing it on Hot 97 on Thanksgiving, and I was like, it was just like, this is what I want to do. And then I heard Kid Capri and Flex the same day. But the fact that Premier was playing joints he produced,
right.
And like my whole life's been mirrored off that. So, and Premier knows it. He'll probably talk shit if he was here right now. But that's my big brother, man. He's been such a supporter and just, I had to earn it with him too, because he ain't let nobody come around and start playing beats and doing this and that.
No, I know.
He used to listen to my beats and be like, he'd literally, like, I'd play them for him and he'd act like I didn't play anything at all, and just be like, so, you want to get something to eat? Like, I play him like 10 beats and he'd be like, did the Red Sox win or the Yankees won? Like, he would just not even acknowledge it until they got good. And then when they started getting good, he started playing some of the records on the radio and all that. And now it's that he's always been that's my big bro, literally.
It's just that type of stuff resonates, and the love is always there like that. I know you were influenced by him. Even speak about it a few years ago. This is when I talk about that type of camaraderie and respect. About a few years ago, I did hip hop camp, and all of us was out there. Prodigy, Mobb Deep, Recipes, a lot of groups. Premier and Prime, I think too. Oh, yeah. But you were out there with Joey, and he's at the height. Everybody's cheering and going off, and you DJing. You just stay right in the middle of shit. Shout out to Big Suge, blah blah blah. And I'm saying, like, yo, even shit like that. Someone will have to do, you know what I mean? But it's like, especially, that's 250,000 motherfuckers up there. We just there, and I came and showed up on the side, and you was like, yo, shit.
Nah, but bro, no, you know how many few people in the world will know what it's like to go to across the galaxy and see someone that you've known for so long off this hip hop shit, man? It's a beautiful thing, bro.
Of course, man. That shit is always the love too. We got a question though. You got something before I drop?
No, I know what you're gonna ask him.
Wait, what is he gonna ask him? I never know with Big Suge. Wait, can I ask a question before you go?
Go ahead. I was going to
have some peanut butter jelly shit.
Nah, I wasn't even doing it. I was about to just ask about the MC thing. Go ahead.
Well, I know you come from humble beginnings. Like, when you were a kid, I'm sure you had an idea of like, okay, when I get to this level, that's like when I feel like I made it big. Like, when did you have that like I made it big moment?
I mean, I felt like if I heard myself on the radio, I made it. Like, that's literally how I felt coming up. I never thought like any of this. It never was like, the thing was when I decided this is what I was going to do, like I decided this is what I was going to do. So it was like, it's not like I was like, oh man, I wonder if. It was like, no, I'm not stopping no matter what. So none of this is really that surprising. I mean, certain times I've been on stage in front of 200,000 people with Q-Tip in Australia and been like, damn, I'm like performing Scenario with Q-Tip. Like, the shit, moments like that are bugged out. Or even moments like seeing Suge at hip hop camp. It's like, those are moments where it hits you like, damn, this is off hip hop. But I mean, of course I have the moments where I literally signed to Jay-Z and signed to Nas, and I've been on Eminem's radio station for 18 years. Like, that's crazy. No one's ever done that, ever. No one's been signed to Jay-Z, Nas, and Eminem at the same time, ever. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
shout out to Rock Nation. Shout out to Mass Appeal. You know what it is. I'm on Shade 45 every Thursday night now since 2005, and it's like, it's a beautiful life, man.
Yes.
Wow, 2005. Damn.
That's blessed.
Them years flew because I remember when Preem jumped off with his show, and then when Statik came with his situation, And then how long Preem was there, so you don't really realize. So you be like, damn, wait a minute. And you just saying 18 years.
Nah, I've been there actually, since I've been on Sirius longer than Preem. Preem was on XM before that, so he's been there.
Oh yeah, that's
Sirius XM now. It was two different things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's actually, if you really want to go there, I was on XM before that too, which is crazy. Now that I think about it, I was doing mixes for XM in like 2002. That's bugged out. I never thought about that. But I remember when Premier started doing Sirius or XM, he needed like music because it was a new era. Like not everything was on vinyl. The CDJs were the only way. Serato wasn't rocking yet, so it's like I put him on my list. I was like, whatever you need. I just kept sending him exclusives every week, and he like to this day he'll shout that out anytime he talks about me in an interview. I helped him kind of transition to the new age of doing radio like the way we do, because we ain't doing radio like what you hear in the car or on FM. We do it the way we want to do it.
Yeah, that's
so rewind back then, there was no Serato, there was no. You basically had CDJs, and you had to figure out your show before you did that shit.
Yeah, Premier was doing that weekly. Yeah, you're right, 100%. But we got a question we like to ask. Right, usually just. Could you give us a number of like 10 of your favorite MCs?
10? All right, we gotta go. Gotta say Nas, Hove. I'm gonna say Guru because rest in peace, Guru. I had a short stint where I DJ'd for Guru too, man. So rest in peace, Guru. Sean Price, rest in peace. I gotta go with Black Thought's always on my top. Let me go with Eminem. Shit, it's hard, man. I'm gonna put Pun up there, and then I'm gonna put Prodigy, rest in peace. I almost forgot. Wow. 10 is hard, man. I'm gonna put Joey, man. Shout out to Joey. Last one. I'm gonna put Redman last.
Oh, nice.
That's dope.
Hell yeah. I think so.
That's a dope list. You got them all.
I gotta put Term honorable mention, man. He'll probably. You know what? It's like when you think about your homies, you don't really think about that shit. Term was up there. Rex is up there.
Of course, there's so many. So I feel the same about that. But
someone said that depending on the day, it might change because depending on your mood, what you're feeling.
It could be, and at the same time, we got one more question. With the Stare Medusa, we want to know your top 5 favorite producers. Stone cold shit right now.
That pretty much never changes. It's Primo, Pete Rock, Q-Tip. 1 second, baby. Harley Hall. Come here. Now that she's not acting crazy. She's my favorite producer. She's been making beats. She's been killing it with the beats.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
I love it. What do I got? 2 more.
Is that
Jay
Tony?
Dilla and Q-Tip. Huh?
Is that Tony?
No.
He's like, no.
What? She likes when I throw her like this. See you later, Harley.
Who wouldn't love that? That looks like fun.
Oh man, how many was that?
That was 5.
Okay. Hey, listen. We're not gonna keep you real long like that.
I'm shocked that Muggs wasn't one. I was shocked.
I mean, Muggs is definitely in my top producers. It's just that 5 never really changed.
Yeah, it's hard.
I didn't even say Dre. Dre's up. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, Alchemist. Like, come on, I could do a top. It's hard.
Yeah, that Alchemist. Yeah, that's right. You saying some good ones too. You know what I mean? Down to the beat situation. But listen, man, we ain't gonna hold you too much longer. Whatever you want to add something.
Oh,
let people know so we can
let everybody know your socials if they're not already following you. How they can follow you, where they can find your stuff.
It's at Statik Select, STATIK SELEKT across the board. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's like where I live at, but I'm on Twitter a lot too. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
So listen, one more. You. I got a question. Like when you so you Statik Selektah. Did that come from like the chat, the Jamaican DJs, the Statik Selektah? Is that where you got that from?
For those that don't know, Selecta is just a word for DJ.
Of course.
I was DJ Statik in like 1997 to 99, and in 99 I found out about all these other Statiks. There's one from Philly, there's one from Brooklyn, there's one that was winning like DMC championships out in like, I think he was from Denmark, something like that. And I was like frustrated because there was so many other DJ Statiks, so I was like, I need to add someone to my name. And my actual first gig in New York City, it was in the Bronx.
Big up to the Bronx.
Yeah, it was 1999. I left school, drove straight to the Bronx, and DJ'd this club called the Rico Mar. And the guy got on the mic and was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Statik." And he's like, "Selektah Statik." And I was like, "I like that, but I'm gonna flip it around." So I just flipped it around, and Statik Selektah's been there since.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Nice.
Yeah, fits right there. You don't want to know that. Excuse me. But you know, we pretty much good, man. We were glad to catch up with you. You know what I mean? I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Chop it up with us, man. And you know, you're on the radio still, right?
Yeah, every Thursday night, 7 to 9 Eastern time. And my new album's on the way. It's my 10th album, and it's a big one for me because this one, we're in a different age now. Like putting these albums together and like chasing rappers around is not the same post COVID. So this one might be my last compilation style. We'll see. I've said that before. We'll see.
Yeah, no.
Well, congratulations either way.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming by, man. And peace.
Peace, man. Thank you. All right. We are here. We are back. Shout out to Statik Selektah. That was a dope interview. We are here with Real Love. We have the
Real
football
love.
Picks of the week.
What's up?
For week 7. We're on week 7.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, we're on week 7. So how did we do? I don't know how we did. I don't know.
It's
And
looking number 7.
First of all, go to. Nah, that's cool. Do it like that. I was just thinking.
See, that was a problem.
Yeah, do it for the week. Go ahead.
Okay, so this week we did pretty good. Dad, you got 6 and 10, and DL, you tied at 6 and 10.
I got 6 and 10?
Or 10
No,
and
I'm
6.
sorry, 10 and 6. I'm sorry.
He was about to go
No,
off,
no,
ladies
no.
and
They
gentlemen.
have a math class
10 and
again.
6.
I'm like, wait a minute. I was like,
No.
we discussed this. No,
I know, we did.
He gonna give you a timeout.
No, 10 and 6. 10 and 6.
okay.
Yep. And I got 8 and 8, and Tanya got 7 and 9.
And what about DL?
I tied you.
10 and 6. 10 and 6.
10
Tied
and
for you.
6. You
Yep.
thought you were getting
All right.
You trying to go shit. Go ahead a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
It's cool. We need to stay right where we at. Oh, so we're
So-
tied. So that means I did
for the
come
drama. We're tied. We tied. You came up on the
And
total.
we're about
Oh, yeah,
halfway
still
in.
on the hand.
We're about halfway in.
Yeah. Yep. So on the totals, DL has one up on you
Yeah.
at
He's one up
61
to
and
you.
61 and 50 and 1 for DL, and then Dad, you're 60 and 51
No.
and 1, and then Tanya's next at 54 and 57, and then I'm 51 and 60. But you know, I got time. And I
Yeah,
got
we're
you.
about a little bit halfway.
Right.
Like if we count the Super Bowl, we're halfway, right? 14.
Because the Super Bowl.
Or is it 13?
The Super Bowl is a whole nother different thing, though.
Yes.
Because you gotta have a
Right.
separate. Okay, now this is the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
So, what do we got this week? This week we're just gonna start with you, Ree.
Oh no. Okay. So this week.
She said, "Oh no, no, no."
So this week, Thursday night, is the Baltimore Ravens at the Buccaneers. And I'm going to go Buccaneers. TB.
Okay.
Where you going, Tanya?
You're not gonna go with the birds?
I like Tom Brady, even though it was bad last time.
Yeah, it's gonna-
It was bad. But I still like not Brandon Away. I know, I love my birds.
She surprised me. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
You know what? And I'm gonna go Ravens too. I go with Tom all the time, but man, their defensive backs are out. Their line is in shambles. It's gonna be a good game. What's
So you going with the
Through some
Ravens?
I
personal
got the
turmoil.
Ravens
Turmoil.
for me.
That's the Thursday night game.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the Thursday night game. And then we have an away game, I believe.
For who?
Wembley Stadium.
Yeah,
so we have a
somebody's
London,
in London.
game.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
London game on Broncos and the Jaguars
Yeah.
in London.
Broncos.
Sean, you?
I'm gonna go Jaguars. 'Cause
What about you,
I don't think
Tanya?
so.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos too. Also,
And I'm gonna go Broncos as well.
All right. It's okay when you guys lose. It's fine. I gotta make up all this time.
I love that she always talks shit.
that's the best.
No. This.
In a very loving and polite way.
All right. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals at Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with my birds, and they're pretty good. So
I'm going Vikings.
It's at the minute. Ah, man. I think the Cardinals.
I'm going Vikings.
Oh, wait. No, it's fine.
I'm Vikings
All
as
right.
well.
okay. And then we got Miami Dolphins at the Detroit Lions.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
going
go
to be a tough decision
We
for
got-
Mr. DL.
I'm gonna be Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins, because the Lions never win.
That's for Dolphins. Because
And watch the Lions.
and guess what? I'm not gonna do that. Sure.
It'd be funny if he did. It'd be like all deep, like it's
Yo, you ever hear a dolphin like that?
a shigism.
Hey, you ever heard a dolphin like that? He's rabid. You better like be gone.
He's
Listen,
rapid.
Flipper. Okay, that's
get
how
more
he used
whiskey.
to.
Ain't no masculinity in Flipper. But go ahead. Go ahead.
She had to get a hit of the coffee.
What's the next one?
The Chicago Bears at Dallas Cowboys.
The Bears. Oh boy.
Who you got?
Cowboys.
You?
Cows.
She's Bears. What do you, D?
Man, I think I'm gonna go Bears. They just beat the Patriots. They're on a hot streak.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm going
That was-
Cowboys. I don't even really go for the Cowboys, but I got to go for them in that game.
Where are they playing?
Black.
In Chicago.
in Cowboys in Dallas.
Texas.
Damn. Can I take my vote? No, I'll keep my vote. I'll keep
All right, we good.
my
Okay.
pick.
I'm Dallas. You know what I mean? What's
keep
next?
All right. Next we have the Las Vegas Raiders at New Orleans Saints. I'm going Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
I'm going Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
Saints is trashed out. Down there third
We got-
quarterback. Shit is wild over there, man.
That's just what they need. A little chaos.
Chaos. All right. Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are better than birds. No.
Nah,
Yes.
nah. Come on, what's going on? Like we
I'm
only
gonna
got
go
today.
Panthers.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go the Panthers.
And I'm gonna go what'd you say? I'm gonna go Falcons, yeah. Mariota's gonna pull it out. He gonna pull it out, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes I get in trouble for doing that. So.
What else you got?
What you got? What you got? Blah, blah, blah.
We got the Patriots at the New York Jets.
Oh man.
Damn.
So
Well,
you
she
rate-
gets to go. Yeah, she with the face and sound she
Yeah.
made. I feel you. I feel
come
you.
I'm going the Jets, man, because the Patriots really annoy me. I can't in good faith
you got?
keep saying like, oh, Pats. No. I'm going
All
with
the
Jets, even though
Patriots
it's New
fans
York.
have is beating the Jets.
Yes, I'm gonna go with the Pads.
And I think
I
they're
just
gonna
can't
be a
say
bad
Jets. I just
week
can't.
this Sunday when the Patriots lose to the Jets.
Nah,
You're going
Jets.
Jets. Okay.
I don't care if it costs
Yo,
me.
so and
You're
I'm
a
going
traitor.
Patriots. I'm going Patriots, man. They're gonna have it settled down this week, man. They're gonna get it.
On week 3, he said, "This is the last time I'm voting for the Patriots," and then he did every
Right?
week. So
I had to.
That's what a fan does.
And look, we was right 3 weeks. What else
Yeah,
we
yeah.
gonna do? You know what I mean? And we should have been right this week. I don't know. They overlooked that
yeah,
shit.
that was crazy.
That was not okay. All right, so then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Eagles.
They undefeated. The only undefeated team there. Plus, they just got this dude from Chicago, Quinn, a beast pass rusher. It's about to be crazy, man.
They're so close in geography. Are they a huge rival, or are they rivaling with somebody else?
It's a rival from the Buddy Ryan days and Dick and all them back at that time. But
Yeah.
They battle, but damn, man. Philly across the board.
Right. Okay, so then we got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Titans and the Texans. Titans.
Where's TT? No,
Where's TT? He's upstairs.
Where is TT?
Titans.
Titans for me too.
Titans. Titans, man. Texans.
It's tight. Shit's tight. Pretty tight.
All right. So next we have the New York Giants at the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh. You got you burden it?
I'm gonna.
She's got like giant birds.
I know, right? Like
We did establish week 3 that the Giants could be giant birds.
Could be. Like a pterodactyl.
Oh, very good.
Oh.
Very good.
very nice. All right. You know what? Just for that, I'm going with the Seahawks because I was disappointed last time when I didn't pick the Seahawks and they won. And so, you know what? Go back to my birds.
I'm going with the Giants.
Giants.
Oh. And you tell me to go Giant. Tell me to go Seahawks just because you're gonna go Giants, and then they're gonna win, and then you're gonna be like, you should have gone Giants.
I wasn't even gonna.
Don't let him neg you. Don't let him neg you like that.
I would never. I mean, they're on the road. The Giants, man, are 5-1. Who would have thunk? And but then again, Seattle's doing good. They thought they'd fall apart after Russell Wilson went to Denver, but it turns out Geno Smith is playing like out of his mind, like he's never played before. So it's a challenge. It'll be a good game. What else you got up there?
Who did you pick?
Huh?
Who did you pick?
The Seahawks and
The Giants.
is that the game? Giants.
Oh, Giants. All right.
Word.
All right. All right. Next, we have the 49ers and the LA Rams.
We didn't even hear anything.
Sorry.
That was a parent face.
That was a mom.
Hey, Mom. It's Dad.
Let's see.
That's something my mom would say.
I'm going with the Rams because the 49ers have disappointed me the last couple of times.
Yeah, well, I'm going with the Niners.
Where's the game?
At LA.
Going with the Rams.
And I'm going to go 49ers.
All right. And next we have the Commanders and the Colts.
What you got?
That's a tough one.
I'm going to go the Commanders because they surprised me last time.
I'm going with the Colts.
Every time you say the first name first, that's the visiting team, right? Just for future reference.
Yes.
Just making sure. I'm going to go Colts.
On week 7.
No, I just wanted to make sure, so I'd have to keep asking.
And so y'all with the Colts? You
Yeah.
with the Colts? I'm going Commanders. I picked them last week and they won. I couldn't believe it, but they're kind of playing better than the other teams.
They did win the last
I know.
time that you picked them. You were the only one.
I know.
The way you make your picks is you visualize what you know about each team, then you try to visualize the fans in the parking lot after who's sad.
Sure. What you just do is put your mind to it and stick to it. That's it.
Like,
What
who
you got
looks
left?
sad?
All right. Next is the Packers and the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I'm going to go Bills.
This game already happened, I think.
Bills.
Bills.
Bills. Shit. Buffalo Bills. Josh
I mean-
Allen.
I don't think that game.
It's gonna be a
Aaron
close.
Rodgers did say something interesting, though, from losing this last game.
Can you speak a
That,
little?
it's... Sorry. The Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
said something interesting this last time when he lost that, this is what his team needed to kind of kick them
He
back
said
in
it
gear.
might be what they needed,
Yeah.
but what he was
Yeah.
really talking about is him needing shrooms. Did y'all
How old
know?
is he?
Huh?
How old is he?
About
Go
38,
away.
39.
39.
She gave us the illest
your
mom look.
Her face was-
Mr. DL, you're going to have to zoom in on it and rewind the look. Because let me tell you, I almost, I was about to, sit up straight because my mom used to give me that same
Like-
look.
When I get off of this screen,
I'm sorry.
you'll be tossed off the porch. And right
They
now.
say so many things with those eyes. So many things.
Well, okay.
Nah, they sweethearts. Man.
Sorry, let's go.
What you got?
You know what she wanted? She wanted to sip of my coffee. This kid.
You see what you started?
No, they want to get on the air.
If you give her coffee, that's going to be detrimental to your sanity.
I know.
And sugar.
What else we got?
All right, the next is Monday Night Football, which the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Cincinnati or the Browns. I'm going to go with the... I know. I almost.
Where you going? Who you going with?
I'm going to let you pick first.
I don't like the Bengals. I always pick the opposite, but I'm going to go with the Bengals this time just to prove my theory correct.
I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going with the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals as well.
Good.
Joe Burrow, Chase, all them boys about to tear that up. You know?
All right.
And Joe Mixon.
And
Cincinnati's going to bring it. So listen, where do we stand to date? One more time, nice and loud.
All right, to date, we are.
That was a Monday night game, she said.
All right, to date, we are DL 61, 50, and 1. Dad is 60, 51, and 1. Tanya is 54, 57, and 1. And I am trailing at 51 and 60.
So you kind of like the caboose right now.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
That's fine.
Ain't nothing wrong with being in the back.
That's
where all the cool people are.
Right?
Cool
people
once
at the
again,
back
though,
of the bus.
we appreciate it, man. I'm really enjoying this as trying to catch up steam on Mr. DL with that. Because he had a nice little lead.
Yeah, he was enjoying it now.
Couple
I wonder
weeks,
why.
You got to
I don't even like chicken that much anymore.
You know what I mean?
What did you say?
I don't even like chicken that much anymore. Yeah, right.
You could have you can replace it with tofu. But anyway,
toenails.
Hey,
That was a Halloween joke.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't that last week you were talking about that?
I forget what happened. Yeah. Black Toe Joe and them. Only we know what the hell is, right?
Okay.
Yo,
anyway.
we appreciate you coming through.
So yeah, the podcast has been going on more platforms. But the only way you can watch the podcast is on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes.
But you can hear it. You can hear it wherever you want to hear it. But you can only watch it on YouTube. So make sure if you're watching it on YouTube, hit that like button because it's going to help us reach more people. It's going to help our algorithm out. Leave a comment. Leave a thumbs down. I don't care. Hit one of them. Hit one.
Just be honest.
So listen.
Don't be fake.
This week was stupid as hell. There's also a person that is probably not as humorous, but it's so stupid. A mother was charged with the murder after child dies from ingesting Delta 8 THC gummies, officials say. So, these are laced gummy bears. It says the mother of a little boy who died in May was arrested on murder charges after investigators said her son's death was caused by eating gummies containing a cannabis derivative. Wow. The Spotsylvania Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of Dorothy Annette Clemens for the death of a 4-year-old son. Deputy said that Clemens' 4-year-old son died on May 8th after suffering a medical emergency from eating a large amount of THC gummies. Wow. Irresponsible. That's number irresponsible. Delta, let's try this one. Delta 8 tetrahydrocannabinol, more commonly known as Delta 8 THC, is a substance found in the cannabis plant, the same plant that produces marijuana and hemp. The Food and Drug Administration has not evaluated or approved any Delta 8 THC products for use and warns the consumers. The agency has received reports of adverse events, all types of madness. Clemens told the reporters that she didn't think that it was harmless, like with the gummies around. She thought it was harmless, you know what I mean? And but it turns out, after the court records obtained, showed doctors told detectives after the boy's death that the toxicology test revealed an extremely high level of THC in the child system. So, not only
if this really happened and this is the true doctors, this is the first person to ever die from weed.
I mean, eating it like that, a kid though, like that's a little kid. She was very irresponsible.
You're like, you know, when you have a panic attack and you feel, well, maybe you don't, but like when you feel like you can't like breathe or your heart.
That's true.
Yo, although irresponsible,
whatever your body's doing, you know?
and rest in peace to the little boy, but
stoner ass motherfucker.
Dorothy Annette Clemens, right? You're stupid as hell and extremely stupid. But we don't make fun of the being murdered to the child.
No.
At you being so responsible to have some stupid shit like that. You still stupid. We out.
Yeah. I mean, hold on. Before we out, maybe they should just stop making gummies that look like kid gummies.
First of all,
maybe this should be pot leaf gummy.
That used to be one of them.
You have to be a responsible adult. It doesn't matter what they make it look like.
No, even responsible adults who are adults who eat them and just think they're regular gummies. They're in a bag. They should be shaped like pot leaves.
But you know what? Here's where I learned.
You know what I mean?
I think it like almost both of y'all. Number one, anything to me, if you make something that looks like a candy that the kid is gonna eat, I mean that's the dumbest shit. Yeah. It's irresponsible to have it around, but still, you know, if I drop one, a kid's eating it or something. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that it should be, you know, some like. Kids' gummies should be different. Like how we see them gummies in the store, that's how they should be. But man, I seen some crazy shit lately. Somebody had some Sour Patch edibles.
Yeah.
Not making light of that, but they had some Sour Patch joints. Them shits was good as shit.
That's what happens, and that's why people have bad experience with edibles. Because y'all forget it's edibles and you want to eat like regular food.
My cousin ate brownies and she didn't know she thought they were just brownies in her fridge, and she ate a whole mess of them. And she didn't know, and she had a bad trip. Like, she couldn't walk, all that shit. It was fucking
I had a friend who I advised, like, oh, if you do edibles, let me know. He didn't want to let me know. He did it with his girlfriend and all her friends. He ended up army crawling on the floor, then being, quote-unquote, paralyzed and calling the cops to let them know to send the ambulance because he was high off of weed.
Let me tell you, I never had them episodes, but man, listen. It ain't for everybody, as we know.
It's
you know
not.
What I'm saying?
Just because you smoke don't mean you can have edibles.
Some edibles to me would be bullshit too, so that's why
someone would have to call the police for me, not even in a weed situation, but I don't think I would ever call. I would just die there, I think. I would just die there because I wouldn't want my last act to call the police. I'd be like, I'm probably going to die anyway, so.
All right, well, you heard it here first, okay? If he ends up dead, he did it himself.
I'm probably going to die here anyway, so I'm not going to have the last thing I do.
You don't have to call the cops. You can call the hospital. They can call the ambulance.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, on my dog days.
Boom. I'm not dying. You know I'm not dying. I'm using every last brain cell.
Like I said, on my dogs.
That's so funny.
Yo, listen, we appreciate y'all, man. We deep. Episode 40, man. You know what I'm saying? We in the books with that shit. You know what I mean? Thank you for stopping by. Thanks to Statik Selektah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
You know, real love and y'all, because, you know, y'all making this happen, man. You know what I'm saying?
40 never looked so good.
You know, listen. Excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
And, you know, as we grow, we glow, man, together. All of us, man. Watch that podcast, man. Catch your little ass up. Catch your little... Nah, peace, man. Thank you.
On my dark days, I chop crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have. You joke when I stab. Grands in my pocket and still caught a cab.